You are absolutely right, Arnab, but let me draw your attention to a more fundamental issue. That 10,000 crores coming to India every year to NGOs. And this is at a time when US and the Europe, barring Germany, were facing huge economic crisis. Now, do these NGOs, are they making out a case that all the kindness, sympathy, empathy, bleeding hearts, awareness about the environment, it is only the repository of the Westerners? I may also ask these NGOs, tell me how many Indian NGOs how many Indian NGOs are there working abroad?
BJP and Congress. Just this March.
Come on, now don't deviate.
Actually, just
please come on the issue.
How Congress and BJP both were taking money from Vedanta violating.
Why are you politicizing?
Why politicize it?
Has the IB mentioned that? Does the IB mention that?
You are an activist. Okay. If you are, since you are bringing in politics,
violations.
Since you are bringing in
BJP and Congress both violated FCRA rules.
Sir, that's no argument.
Since you are bringing in politics, since you are bringing in politics, now let me ask a specific question.
For it to be credible, you don't
allow others to speak.
Is this vital fact?
Sir,
in the 28 thing?
Sir, please understand.
Sir, will you allow me to complete?
Yeah.
Will you allow me to complete, please? Yeah. Ms. Patkar, can you deny the fact that there were 23 NGOs working in support of Kejriwal in Varanasi who have got nothing to do with the electoral process? Ostensibly, they are all working for environment. I can give you the list of those NGOs. Can you deny it?
So
Ms. Patkar, can you deny the fact that Kejriwal in one tranche, he received $80,000 for his Kabir Foundation, which is his 20-month salary. So this is the proof I am giving you, and you want
okay, so now you make that allegation on your own knowledge, on your own fact, and the allegation, therefore, since you make it, must get a rebut from Medha Patkar.
I am not a part of Kabir Foundation. I am only a part of the Aam Aadmi Party, but not in any of the decision-making committees. And yet I would say that whether it is Kabir Foundation or Buddha Foundation, any NGO which is taking money in this country from the foreign sources is doing through FCRA, and if they have that FCRA sanction, then the government is monitoring that fund. Let them prove the illegality and the NGO will respond. And similarly, the political parties
this is not
also
true.
have to respond because they also have to file an audit.
This is not true. This is not true. You are not right. No, you see, NGOs must learn to be transparent. No, you are not right, ma'am. Ma'am, there are instances.
Where does BHP get money from? Where does RSS get money from?
No, I
don't. Where are the trade unions getting money
Sambit Patra. Sambit Patra.
All that and bring out the
Sambit Patra of the BJP, please. Sambit Patra of the BJP.
Gujarat and RSS. Now I need to come in.
Go ahead, Sambit Patra.
Now, first and foremost, let me make one thing very clear. I have more faith on the IB than on the GP. I have more faith on the Intelligence Bureau of India than on the Greenpeace of some foreign land.
Why not?
Secondly, what I gather from the report, a copy of which also has reached me now, I gather that there are conspirators, foreign conspirators, dressed as Moses and teaching us about bleeding hearts in India. It's an irony. It's a shame. In fact, one of the lines...
Getting a counter from Mumbai.
100% FDI in defense.
Who is dressed as Moses, I want to know.
Please, I'll come to the 100% FDI.
No, you are getting Bittu seconds countering you.
Intelligence Bureau says, this is alarming, is the fact that the Greenpeace is in fact a threat to the economic security of India. This is really alarming. And
I think that's a tremendous, exaggeration. I don't think they have the power, right? They would love to have that power maybe, but they don't have that power. I think you're giving them far too much credit. Listen to me, I want to ask all of you one question. You opened the economy in 1990, you allowed a flood of money to come in, huge monies, not in rupees, in dollars, But the ecological auditor who comes and who has done very well in America, in Japan, in Australia, in Europe, in UK, you say, look, keep your cops with yourself, just give us your money.
Well, what gives them the right to be the... No, one second. First of all, Bittu Cycle, what gives them the right to be an ecological auditor? What has given them the right to be an ecological auditor? If they are ecological auditors, I want to know on what basis does an ecological auditor tell us don't take palm oil imports from Indonesia? And we'll organize construction workers in urban areas, which is one of their future projects. If they are in ecology, why are they interested in infrastructure projects?
Here we are, Arnab.
No, why?
We are arguing our heads off over here.
Arnab,
we are arguing our heads off over here.
Arnab, you have to understand one point very clearly. There is a difference between getting investment and there is a difference between tweaking of national policies.
Called climate change? That palm oil is putting carbon in the atmosphere. Now the fact of the matter is, it may be an inconvenient argument, and you may say America wants to put
Okay, so my question is wait a minute.
India is the first and the worst sufferer of climate change, and this is going to cripple our economy.
No,
Forget about the environment.
You see,
Mr. Sarangi,
that's not Sarangi, that's Bittu Cycle.
There is a great deal of difference between getting investment. There's a great deal of difference between getting investment from a foreign land and allowing a foreign hand to tweak your national policies. And today we are debating on the fact that foreign nations are tweaking our national policies, and no nationalist is going to allow this.
Yes, Bharti Sinha wants to come in. Bharti Sinha, and after that, Bharti Sinha. Salman Soz hasn't spoken yet, which is a record by itself. One second. Salman Soz hasn't spoken in the first 30 minutes.
I've not been asked the question.
Investment in
yes, Salman Soz, not Sanjay Jha.
Look, I mean,
I would like to make... Arnab, if I may be allowed to speak, please.
Yes, go ahead. After Salman Soz, please.
I have already...
After Salman Soz, please. Yeah, Salman. Salman, you should be very happy because this is giving you a nice excuse for the pathetic performance of your government as far as the GDP is concerned.
By the way, our performance is not pathetic. We're the third biggest economy in the world.
Please, don't get that.
Please get your facts right.
Yeah.
Now, no, that is a fact.
Move on.
Now, like Professor Pandit said, I also want to put on record, I'm not against NGOs. I think many NGOs are doing commendable work, and we should thank them for that. To the extent that there is any criminality alleged by a report that I'm not privy to, the government should take action and bring it to the attention of the public. This kind of, you have a leaked report, let the government act if there is any criminality, no problem with that. Now, as far as, Sambit, I know Sambit was getting very agitated about, this threat to economic security of the country by, I guess, Greenpeace. Let me tell you, Sambit, that Greenpeace is active in about 40 countries, and by all accounts, most of those countries are very, very prosperous. So if Greenpeace is a threat to economic security, I'm sorry to say that they haven't really done a great job in other countries.
Prime Minister,
Sambit, please.
He was the first one to bring in the foreign hand concept when the Kudan thing was going on. He, in fact, your government
please be patient. Sambit, you should be patient.
Categorically that the
all right, you speak and I'll keep quiet.
Was responsible for the Kudan protest in Tamil Nadu. Remember, let me remind you of what
this is not election time, Sambit. This is not election time.
This is more important than election time.
The elections are over.
No, please.
But you please.
No, I have one question. No, I have one question. I have one question for Greenpeace. No, one second. Just a minute. No, one second.
Arnab.
Salman.
No.
By the way, this Intelligence Bureau report commissioned by your government, we just went out. What are you talking about?
Arnab. Yes, Arnab, but I'm talking about something, Arnab. I'm talking about the rules of the debate. If Sambit Patra is going to talk over me, then you have to basically give me time.
Don't be so sensitive, yeah.
Otherwise, don't invite us on your program.
Don't be so sensitive. It's okay. He's only disagreeing with you.
So then you want me to shout down do you want me to shout down your panelists?
No, you can, but you don't have to. Please continue.
That's not the way we want to debate. No, I'm not going to. I'm just saying that Sambit should be more familiar with facts when he comes on a national debate on Times Now. Okay? Please be familiar with
what are the facts? I'm
when you
stating
come on Arnab
facts,
Goswami's
Mr.
show.
Soj.
The facts are that you are Sambit again. You're interrupting. You're interrupting again. You're interrupting again.
Tamil Nadu was involved in.
You have no patience.
No, if you say I'm not right on
you have no patience whatsoever.
If you say I'm not right on facts,
you have no patience whatsoever.
Gentlemen,
you have no patience.
Gentlemen,
let me speak and I will let you know. Let me speak and I'll let you know. Sambit, please do not interrupt me. I do not interrupt you, you do not interrupt me. Let that be the rule of the game, okay?
Okay.
I'm just saying, the fact is that Greenpeace, being in 40 countries, has not been able to affect an iota of their economy. And you're talking about
no,
India
that's the most. No, 1 second. No, that's the most. That's the most shallow, hollow, unacceptable, unthought, and unresearched comment I have heard in a long time. 1 second, Sambit Patra, allow me in, please. Allow me. I'll tell you. I'll tell you. No, 1 second.
Look at the GDP
just a minute.
of most of
No,
those
1 minute. Sambit Patra, just one.
Why don't we compare the GDP of all those countries?
I'll tell you. 1 minute, please. Salman Soz, listen, please. You see now. I don't want to rub it in. But some people say the Congress went out of power because it stopped listening. Now, 1 second. Please listen, please. You see, you have to come back to power. One of the things you'll have to do to come back to power is that you'll just have to start listening. Now, one question is that. Now, this is the most ridiculous argument. The argument put is Greenpeace is operating with its headquarters in rich and developed countries. And many rich and developed countries also have Greenpeace. No, please. Now, listen, please. 1 second. And therefore, that inverse snobbery comes down to the point where I don't need a Dutch, an American, a European to tell me how to fix my economy. 1 second. If Greenpeace wants to fix the economy, Greenpeace. 1 minute. Please, if Greenpeace is so concerned about the economy, Bittu Saigal, let me tell you the world's...
Totally wrong.
No, 1 second. I have a piece of advice for Bharti Sinha. You know, if Greenpeace wants to save the world's economy, I suggest you remove all your operations everywhere else, go to the greatest polluter in the world, which is the United States of America, and tell them to fix their own problems before telling us where we should get our palm oil from. Right? Secondly,
yes.
This is the most, you want to connect the dots globally and think that we are... Bharti Sinha, just one. Secondly, do you have a plan to work
they're already there. They're in Japan. There are so many countries. What are you talking about?
1 second. Yes, Bharti Sinha.
Arnab, climate change is never confined. Climate change is not confined within boundaries of countries.
But what's your interest in?
If China is burning coal,
what is
the world
you want to tell me?
About that.
You want to tell me that? No, 1 second. You tell me.
Why is
No, Miss Sinha. You are an international pressure group, and you'll build nice fat dossiers and spend a lot of money on research. I'll simply ask you one thing. How does India's environment improve if we stop having palm oil from Indonesia? I know somebody in Africa will make money because we'll have to start taking oil from palm oil from Africa, and I don't know who's funding them. I don't know whether the Americans have a hand in it.
Whether palm oil comes from Indonesia or whether the rainforest...
If you are talking about...
Medha, just 1 second.
If you are talking about, we should worry about America destroying environment.
Are destroyed, it's the people of the Sundarbans who are going to have to move north when the sea rises. Apart from that, Arnab, there's one thing I want to talk about, because here you're talking of economic security. The clowns who are in charge of building large dams in the Himalaya have not looked at a simple fact. The glaciers are melting.
Right.
What are you going to do with your dams with no water?
And what about the clowns who go around in their fat, rich, diesel guzzling SUVs all over American highways? And why don't they start? Why doesn't Greenpeace operate on them? Secondly, what right does Greenpeace have? What right does Greenpeace have to start organizing our construction workers in India? We have political parties.
That's the point.
We are getting into areas that are none of their business. 1 second, Professor Pandit. Professor Pandit.
Is there an agency that will dole out license?
Professor Pandit, please.
Non-party political activities.
Is there an agency that will actually
Professor Pandit,
that licenses to whether who can organize
Professor Pandit
along constitutional lines?
No, please, You see, that is exactly the point. You see, we have to draw the link between the agitationist attitude of some NGOs who are saying, for example, to raise the question of dams in Himalaya, that absolutely no dams. Look at the situation this country is facing today.
If your
30 to 35% of Indian population does not have
glaciers which are melted, you have to change it. Your cost benefits are changed.
It's a great shame. Now, would you please let me talk?
It's an economic issue, not an environmental one. Sorry, please go on.
So 30 to 37% of India's population does not have access to electricity. Those of us who have access to electricity must live with outages of 7 to 8 hours. Okay, and now what does it mean in economic terms? There's a report, World Bank report, which clearly says that the outages cost India the highest losses in the world, about 9% losses, and the global average is 3% losses. That is the link. That is the link between these protracted agitations against. I am not saying, you see, no dams in Himalaya is as stupid and preposterous as
nobody said no
building haphazard dams.
Nobody is saying no dams.
I have
what we are saying is don't build 450,000 crore rupees worth of dams without the feedstock of water.
I was only pointing out.
I was only
pointing out that at everything. Look at everything. Now look, what does government do? What do you want government to do? Kodankulam and nuclear power cannot be built because there are serious problems with it. Number two.
No, I'm sorry.
Thermal power cannot be built because there are greenhouse gases and other things. So where does government go?
No. I want to also ask another question here. 1 second. No, 1 second. Yes, Rahul Ishwar. Rahul Ishwar. Rahul Ishwar, please.
And Arnabji, even a silent Prime Minister like Manmohan Singh.
One at a time, don't get worked up. Yeah.
Only when it was about to be
Arnabji, even a silent PM like Honorable Prime Minister Manmohan Singh said Western agencies don't appreciate our energy needs. Let us not play politics into it. And these NGOs are hands of foreign governments, foreign agencies furthering their business interests, socio-political interests. They have been actively intervening, and this is known to every person who is close to power corridors. But why can't we call a spade a spade?
Just one point.
No, but when you can't tackle an issue, you tackle the person who's raising the issue.
Why do we have to destroy our own forests to meet our energy needs?
152.
No, Miss Sinha.
192 nations, we're at 152.
No, Miss Sinha, I really appreciate. No, 1 second. First of all, let me place on record. Let me. No, 1 second.
Lying with the policy.
Miss Patkar, let me place on record.
8 lakh megawatt target for 2032 according to the
So I'll tell you. No, 1 second. According
it's highly exaggerated.
No.
And in order to push towards that target, there is absolute violation of the laws and regulations.
Okay. So I'm sorry. No, 1 second. 1 second. What did I begin, Miss Patkar? Miss Patkar, please understand. What am I saying? I am saying, what do NGOs always tell us? They're always so preachy. Save the environment, save the environment, save the forest, save the animals, etc., etc. Now, what I'm asking today is, fantastic. Now, where is the money coming from? I am told that a person closely associated with the Dutch Ministry of Economic Affairs, a person called Eelco de Groot, had planned a visit to Manipur. He was denied a visit to Manipur in 2013. He had planned the visit under the cover of an organization called Extractive Industries Transparency Initiative. When he was denied the visa, he then spent a huge amount of money. I want to know where the money. There were 8 northeastern NGO participants. 1 minute, Salman Sos, don't try and censor me. You're not in power. 1 second. All of them, and even if you were in power, I wouldn't let you. No, 1 minute. And a lot of money. No.
We're not in the business.
The simple question is, where is the money coming from? A lot of money spent on a huge so-called training session. And where does the session happen? It happens in Bangkok, in where people are kept in luxury, flown business class, put up in 5-star hotels to be taught. And I'll tell you what this LD Groot says. No, why are you not? You know what he says? He tells these activists, make it so difficult for the company that it would be unable to meet all the required international standards involved in oil extraction. Now, how do I know these people are not representing corporate interests in my country? in sensitive parts of the country.
Exactly.
We want to bring the northeastern people in the northeast together with the country.
Looking at what they're actually doing.
Satyanath Sarangi, don't preach me. Where's the money coming from?
Under RTI.
Arnav, I have an important point to make over here. Can I just get a...
We are short of time. 1 minute left.
Arnav, very important point.
Yeah.
Arnav, what I wanted to state was when the Kadam Kalam thing was, in fact, there was a protest against it. It was at the time when the project was about to be commissioned. Why for all those years everyone was quiet? Didn't they learn lessons?
RSN Singh.
Didn't they learn lessons from 1980?
Only RSN Singh and Medha Patkar now. RSN Singh and Medha Patkar. Medha Patkar first, Medha Patkar then RSN Singh.
The issues related to Kudan
why are you censoring me?
By the people right since the beginning.
No, ma'am, but where is the money?
Even when there was only the first two.
Okay, RSN Singh. Last counter to RSN Singh. Last counter from Medha Patkar to RSN Singh. RSN Singh to Medha Patkar, please. Then we are closing.
Then they have
RSN Singh, please.
The same report that you are reading says that 1,50,000 crore rupees has been received by NGOs since 93. Now all these NGO representatives who are on your panel, may I ask them that how many trees they have planted so far? Have they produced 1 megawatt of electricity? I thought that the primary job of the NGO was to supplement and complement government's efforts.
Well,
and besides which, all of us are not NGOs.
No, I 1 minute. At the same time, let me say, Mr. RSN Singh, it will be a very sad day in our country. It will be a very sad day in our country when we say that activism has become illegal, and you have to be like agree with the big brother watching you, agree with the establishment, and if you disagree, we are going to put out an intelligence report against you. Though I'm asking all these questions tonight. I put that caveat.
10 seconds.
I put that caveat. You
10
can't.
10 seconds, Arnav.
Okay.
Can I have a
no,
last
10
word,
seconds to the
Arnav?
Congress, otherwise they'll complain.
Just for the record. Just for the record, Arnav, let me please finish. Just for the record, I don't know about the specifics or the gentleman that you talked about, but the Extractive Industries Transparency Initiative is a major global partnership where the World Bank and other eminent institutions and many countries are participants.
Yeah, but you know what?
So
you know what, Mr. Soz?
You're not familiar with them.
Mr. Soz, I have a piece of advice. Call up Mr. Moily. Once again, the one hand of the Congress doesn't know what the other hand of the Congress is doing. One side doesn't know what the other side is thinking. This debate and this investigation will continue tomorrow. Thank you very much, gentlemen, for joining me on that debate on Times Now.
Thank God.
Thank you.
Democracy.
This is Times Now, Super Prime Time.